Hello, everyone. I trust you're all doing well and staying safe. My name is Gifty Annabelle, a follower of Christ, and I'm on a mission to make this whole Jesus experience as practical as possible. So this is one of such videos I will be putting out there from time to time to encourage someone, particularly those who are in a place of confusion, considering the informations out there. Today someone says this is the right way to follow God. Another time someone says something contrary to what the other person says. So it can be very confusing. I have been there before. I am still there, but I am growing, which is the most important thing. And I want to touch on the issue of signs. I know that because of the consequences of making errors, we try as much as possible to minimize errors as we grow in Christ. So sometimes when we hear something, we want to make sure that what we are hearing is really from God. So we look out for specific signs to confirm what we are hearing before we make a move. I have done that and continue to do that. But I also noticed that sometimes the enemy is able to identify God's way of communicating to us and tap into that to, contaminate it. And so if all we are always looking out for are signs, then we can't make errors in our quest to do the right thing or make the right moves. We can, make errors because science isn't all that we must look out for. Sometimes we must act promptly. And so as we grow in Christ, it's very important that we activate other ways God uses to communicate to us. And I have practical experiences, a lot of, stories to share on this particular issue of signs. There are times in the past where God used specific voices, ministers in quote, to speak to me, to direct me as to where to go. But at some point I noticed that the devil also noticed that these are the specific people God uses to talk to me. So at some point, I realized that they were communicating error to me. They don't even know it, but I sensed it. By the grace of God, one of the gifts God has given me is the gift of discernment. I don't always get it right, but there's a way when people tell me things or I hear certain messages that I think would be a blessing to me, and I'm in my quiet time, God comes to me and says that this is not my voice. You should know my voice. And so if all I did was to always follow those voices, I wouldn't have, taken certain bold steps of faith to get to the level of growth I have gotten to in Christ. So I hope this helps someone. Yes, signs are important, but that is not all you need to look out for in your dealings with God. You should know God so much that even when he's talking through non-living things, you would know. This is a story. I have one very good friend I met here named Mike, and you wouldn't believe how I got to meet Mike. Squirrels, animals, they were the ones that directed me to Mike. Yes, it wasn't a human being, animals. I just followed them to meet Mike. So these are the mind-blowing ways God can use to communicate to us. You need to be very sensitive. I pray that God activates our sensitivity towards his ways and dealings so that we make the right moves going on, especially this week, because this week I see a lot of great things in store for the children of God, but we need to be very sensitive to see and to hear, to do the right things. Be motivated. Thank you very much, and a happy Sunday to you all.